Lombardo, co-founder of the 100 Collection, the insider's guide to the best vacation rental stays, and fractional CMO. Today, I'm here with my friend John from StaySense. John, you want to say hello?
Hi, everybody. Good to see you.
Cool. So thanks for being with me. So I'm dying to ask you this question. What is StaySense and what does it do?
Nice. So StaySense is a brand new brand, a brand new product and technology aimed to help destinations be a more impactful piece of the travel experience for travelers and for operators within those markets. So what we are trying to do is bring our best-in-class OTA booking technology to destination websites without any redirects or any subdomains or any rebrands. And I could go somewhere like pigeonforge.com, for example, and book a vacation rental right there on the site without ever leaving and have a great traveler experience.
So do you work directly with the local organizations? Like, are you a broker kind of go-between?
Yeah, so so my customer as StaySense is the actual DMO or destination marketing organization itself. And so what makes us special is our company and our leadership team has been in short-term rentals for over 10 years. We've got the relationships and, more importantly, the technology integrations already built so that we can help destinations push regulations, meaning only represent professionally managed, tax-paying, legally operating units, ultimately, that and kind of push away the bad actors that give all of us a bad name in the short-term rental space. And so what we've done is we've partnered with all of the major PMSs in our space and many of the national players at the property management company level as well, that allow us to come to the table with some inventory on day one, and then give some targeted sales efforts after that to help get operators in these markets that we work with, in these destinations that we work with, to then distribute to try to get free bookings. Ultimately, that's how it works.
So is the end goal here kind of a mutually beneficial situation for the folks who are visiting those local destinations, but also the representation that's present at the destination itself?
Yeah, that's right. So I think the benefit to the operator or the property manager in this case is free bookings, because most of the time, the destinations, this is a public entity that does not need to monetize you as a member of the chamber or even just as a local operator in their business. So they're not going to charge you anything. I'm not going to charge them anything, because I just want to put my tech on their site, and they're already spending all the money that they spend to drive demand, or, as you know, to put simply, web traffic and site visitors to their site. And so all we have to do is give them a technology that promotes conversion for anyone who has any sign of buying intention. And so when someone shows up to the site and they have an easy way to see what's available with real-time rates, availability, content, all the major things that we're accustomed to in the channel management space of short-term rentals today, can become available on the destination site itself. And then someone who is there might say, you know what, this is represented by the city, for example, or by the destination. I have a lot of trust in this brand. I'm going to go ahead and book. And then maybe it's cheaper than where you find the same unit on some of the other major OTAs by chance.
Okay. So what does your ideal customer profile look like in this case?
Any destination that has a lot of trust built, that has a lot of web traffic to their destination tourism site, and that is pro vacation rental at this point in time. Being that our roots are in the vacation rental space, all of our technology is plug and play when it comes to short-term rentals. One thing that we have noticed is that to be really as powerful as we think we want to be in this destination space, is that we're going to have to represent all lodging types in a fair and equal way. And so we've already invested millions of dollars now to try to build the same type of functionality in the hotel space, so that anyone traveling to a destination can choose whatever type of accommodation that they want to complete their stay in the way that they are envisioning it. And they can use our booking technology to achieve that end goal of actually reserving their stay ultimately. So that's what we're working towards long term. So in the meantime, what's going to help us bridge the gap between this reality and that reality is destinations that are very pro vacation rental, have very high vacation rental inventory, very high vacation rental, tourism traffic. And ultimately, that's the person we can help the most today.
Okay, so are we like, in a sense, are you saying that you're trying to put the hospitality industry on equal footing in one destination, in a sense?
Well, I think in a statement, we would like to take money off of Wall Street and put it back on Main Street where it really belongs. If there are major international brands that simply connect traveler with host, but have no real stake in the game beyond that, then it opens the door for a bad actor to easily access the beauty that is this industry. If instead we take the power away from any entity that has no real hyper local vested interest and give that booking power back to the local destination, then perhaps the entire experience is elevated for traveler, for host, for everyone. When someone books through our technology, it goes as a direct like booking into the operator's PMS. That means their cancellation policies. It means their fees. It means any optional upsells they want to do during the stay. It means they own the guest, they own the data. And we know that not every OTA treats host the same way. And so we think we've got roots as being host and being property managers as well. So we thought, what is the best way to do this? And that's what we built.
So just to clarify, because this is new to me, this model.
It's new to everyone in your defense.
To clarify, if there's a person who's listening who manages like 1 or 2 properties or 20 properties or 300 properties, and they're very interested in this, is this something where they can reach out to you, or what has been the play there?
Yeah. So if you are a property manager or if you are a host, regardless of how big you are, or how big your inventory is, your goal is lowering customer acquisition costs. You want to get more bookings at the right price to help you maximize your RevPAR. You're looking for free bookings ultimately. If I can help you do that in any way, then you would be interested in speaking with me. And so the way that I can help you do that is by working with your local destination. So you will never be my customer, but you may, through your channel manager, distribute to your local destination's DMO website where they can now book and have bookings come into your system as a direct like booking, basically. I monetize the traveler. That's where I make my money, the same way that all the other major OTAs do. The difference being it's about half the price for me versus some of the other major global OTAs. I'm not going to name them, but you all know who they are. So yeah, if you're interested in this, the best possible thing that you can do is to talk to your local destination. Let them know, hey, there's this new technology, this new brand, this new product that is available to you, the destination today, that would allow me to receive more benefit from my being a member of the chamber, from my being a partner with you. And it can help us elevate the destination as a whole because it gives you more control over the experience. I think that's a compelling argument. If I'm a destination and I have one of my operators come to me with that message, I think that that's a compelling argument. And so from there, if you're the property manager and I'm StaySense, we work together to hopefully get the destination on board with creating an avenue for you to receive free direct bookings ultimately.
And forgive this if this is a silly question, but how do I reach, like, is there a way to reach your local DMO if you don't know who or what it is? Do you just Google like chamber? Like, what would be the...
Yeah, it's exactly right. So you can take basically any destination. So let's just use like Gatlinburg, Tennessee as an example. And if I just search right now, Gatlinburg DMO in my web, it comes up with Gatlinburg.com, which is the CVB or the Convention and Visitors Bureau for Gatlinburg. So whatever market you're in, you can simply go Google that market and the phrase DMO or CVB, and you'll get a result, usually the top result that comes up. But there's actually a couple here. City of Gatlinburg has a gatlinburgtennessee.gov site. It's also something that's there. But what you would want to look at is a site that to you seems like the best looking site, because at the end of the day, it's the site that is going to get the traveler to convert, which is all of our end goal.
So it doesn't matter if it's a .org or .com, just pick the one that looks top
It's
ranked?
usually the top result. Yeah, that's right. So it does not matter if it's .gov or .org or .com. One thing that uh, Rebecca, I'm from the same background as you are. I've been learning the DMO space as well. But one thing I've learned is that there are different types of DMOs. There's the government nonprofit entities, and there's also for-profit brands that are promoting the destination as a private company, and they want to monetize that. If you happen to listen to this as a DMO, I can accommodate either. We can either help you monetize or we can offer this for free. Whatever the case, the idea is we can help bring demand back local for the operators in any destination.
Okay, so if you're not already working with that DMO, that request that comes in from the operator would facilitate that if you don't get to it first, right?
It gives pressure to the DMO to try to do better by their members and by the operators in their areas. So if you're a property manager listening to this and this sounds interesting, the more you speak to your local destination tourism organization, whatever the phraseology is around it, the easier it is for me to have my first conversation with them. I'm doing everything I can on my side with our outbound sales outreach. We're doing everything we can from sponsorships for industry relevant trade shows and conferences, for example, to get the brand and the name and the awareness out there. But at the end of the day, all of those things are easy to ignore versus someone that's in my actual market that's putting pressure on me to do something different and improve. And so if you do that, it will be impactful.
Okay. So is there a prerequisite to working with you? So on the DMO side or on the property management company side, do either one of them need to have a software in place or anything in place in order to work with you?
Yeah, great question. So on the destinations side, the only prerequisite is that you have demand generated on your site. You've got web traffic. If you don't have that yet, there are some creative ways that are more expensive to you that we could work together. But if you're bringing traffic to the table, you've done your part as a destination, and let me do the rest. Ultimately, if you're a property manager or a host, even in any destination, there are a few prerequisites. One being that you use a PMS. The nature of how we work with this is that it works the same way as all channel managers do, for example, where we're pulling rates and content and availability straight from the PMS. And that's how we ensure that this never creates double bookings, for example. It's not some kind of weird tech workaround that uses iCals or some other obsolete technology. This is like legitimate direct integrations that are top of the line across the whole board. So we are integrated with every major PMS in the US. Whoever you use, we are integrated with already. So you're all good. If you are a host and this sounds interesting and like something you would want to benefit from, I am prepared to give you a PMS for free so that you can do this. That's how confident I am that this is going to work on the destination side in terms of getting bookings into the system. So I will give you a PMS for free if you're a small operator that does not have one, and you'll benefit from that in a number of ways as well. You even have two choices. So,
well, my next question was going to be, who is your happiest partner and why are they so happy with you? But maybe you just answered that question.
I mean, our happiest partner today is, we just went to market. So I referenced pigeonforge.com earlier in the conversation, but they were super quick to go live. They were super quick to first revenue. And at the end of the day, this is working even better than we thought it would. And our goals were lofty upon launch. And so it's something now where it's like everybody in the Smokies is kind of talking to us now. We're like, hey, this is something we need to do. And so it is creating positive buzz, and that's what we really like. But at the end of the day, there's also, there's several other vacation rental centric or at least prominent destinations that are starting to see the light into why this is the best thing that could have happened in the DMO space. It's so exponentially better than the tech that has been available to them up to this point, that they are almost obligated to at least give this a serious look, because if they don't, then at some point they're going to have to answer to why they didn't. And I think that that's been enough of a motivation so far to get people really interested. And we're really excited. So Pigeon Forge has been our great use case, our proof of concept case. We do have a couple of more that are signed, but not yet live. So I'm not going to mention them until they go live, maybe for a future episode, Rebecca, or something like that. But at the end of the day, this is bring money off of Wall Street, put it back on Main Street, and everybody wins.
So if folks want to check out the Pigeon Forge example, what is their domain name?
Yeah, pigeonforge.com.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
They've chosen to feature a booking widget right there on the homepage. You can't miss it. Some of our other partners that we're in the process of building out with them right now are choosing to bucket this technology within like a places to stay tab that you might often see on a destination site. Whatever the case, though, it's all about which site shows up whenever you search for places to stay in whatever destination, and that link's going to give you the ability to book through our technology. We're super excited about it.
Great. Well, thank you so much for that information. Remind me again where you're based.
So I'm just outside of Dallas, Texas, a small town called Bedford, if you happen to be familiar with the area. But StaySense is headquartered just south of Nashville, Tennessee, in Franklin.
Okay. Perfect. Is there a lot of golfing near Bedford?
There is actually, and that is like the one hobby that I've got time left to do between being a husband, father, and employee. That's my one getaway time, is to go play some golf. Luckily, I've got some variety to choose from.
Good. Glad to hear it. Well, thank you again so much for chatting with me. If anybody listens to this and does want to reach out to you, what's the best way?
Yeah, sure. So john.flanagan@staysense.com is my email. And maybe you put that in the description, because no one can spell my last name. It's easy, but everyone messes it up. So john.flanagan@staysense.com is a great way to reach me. And you can always connect with me on LinkedIn as well. I'm very active on the platform. I have a lot of friends that I keep in touch with on the platform as well. So feel free to connect and reach out in that way as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you again so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much.
Thanks.